Hello, this is Barron's Essential Words for IELTS Unit 5 Text 2. Reading. Aerobic exercise in the brain health. This is a text which we have on the left hand side, and on the right hand side we have questions related to this text. Let's read the task. Answer the questions about aerobic exercise in the brain health. Questions 1 to 8. Complete the sentence below. Choose no more than one word from the text for each answer. Let's highlight this task. No more than one word. So it means we don't supposed to use any article, including, because article is considered as a word. So we're supposed to put only one word. Be careful with the task. Read it carefully. Let's read the first sentence. Exercise helps people feel good mentally because it releases endorphins, which put people in a better something. So here we have to highlight keywords. It's endorphins. So our main keyword is endorphins, and further this is a thing about, so in order to understand what exactly about endorphins we have to find, it's exercise. Let's highlight to these keywords. It's better highlight less keywords in order not to be distracted, and just to focus on your keywords and to try to find in your text. Let's try to find some information about endorphins. So let's scan it quickly from first paragraph and try to find this information about endorphins. So in this sentence we have some information about endorphins. So, and they were saying in this following sentence about exercise. So, and here at the beginning of the sentence it has some information about physical exercise. So let's read the sentence. Physical experience has a powerful effect on brain health, and the benefits go beyond the release of endorphins, the chemical in the brain that improves mood. So let's read the sentence here in the questions. Exercise helps people feel good mentally because it releases endorphins, which put people in a better, we can say that it put in better mood because it improves mood of people because of these endorphins. So answer to the first question is going to be mood. Let's go further. BDNF improves the connection between nerve cells in the brain because it how those connections or synapses are made. So here they were saying about BDNF, and as they were saying about connection between nerve cells, let's highlight these nerve cells in the brain because it's something how those connections or synapses are made. So let's try to find some information. We scanned this part, that's why we don't scan it one more time. Usually in the IELTS exam, answer to the questions, it goes one by one. So let's scan further and try information about BDNF. Here we have some information about BDNF, and here we have some information about the brain cells, and in case we go further we also have information about BDNF. And we have here the exact word nerve cells which we needed. So in the following sentence, first of all, on the first sentence we have information about BDNF, and it was saying about brain cells. In the following sentence we have BDNF and the nerve cells. So let's read the second sentence. BDNF regulates the production of synapses, the connection between neurons that are essential for transmitting signals from one nerve cell to the next. And they may also be involved in producing new nerve cells. So they regulate the production of synapses. So why they improve it? Because they regulate this they regulate how this connection or synapses are made. So the answer to the second question is going to be regulate. So because it regulates how these connections or synapses are made. So let's go further. Third sentence. Studies on rodents showed that there were larger of BDNF in the brain after just 1 week of exercise. So here they were saying about rodents, so, and also about DNF, but the main keyword here about the time, which is going to be our main focus. So about 1 week, 1 week of exercise. So I don't highlight exercise, and 1 week is going to be our keyword, which we will try to find here in the text. So let's scan further, and since this sentence already used, we can scan from here, and 1 week we have information about 1 week. Let's read this sentence. Using rodent model, researchers found increased concentrations of BDNF in the hippocampus, an area of the brain involved in learning and memory and associated with dementia, and after only 1 week of regular exercise. So yeah, they were saying about 1 week of exercise, and they were saying about BDNF, increased concentrations of BDNF. So the answer to this question is gonna be concentrations, because they were saying there were larger concentration of BDNF. Here it says increased concentration in BDNF. This is exactly going to be an answer to this third question. They were saying about concentration and increased larger. So let's go further. Exercise may lessen the something of Alzheimer's disease and the other disorders that affect the brain. Our keyword here is going to be Alzheimer's disease. So let's go further and try to find information about Alzheimer's diseases. So here on the following paragraph, we have here some information about Alzheimer's disease. So let's read this sentence. Regular exercise can help stave off some effects of normal aging and delay or diminish the gravity of conditions such as Alzheimer's disease, depression, and multiple sclerosis. Exercise may lessen the gravity of conditions such as Alzheimer's disease. So answer to this first question is going to be gravity. Let's go further. As people age, they may not function as well because they lose some brain, but exercise can repair some of this lost ability. So here we can just highlight the keyword, which is gonna be lose some brain, and we have to try to find any information about losing of brain. So in the following sentence, we will scan from the following sentence from the answer to the fourth question. So here there is some information about losing brain. So let's read this sentence. Even over a relatively short time, exercise can repair some of this loss in brain capacity associated with aging. So because of the aging, there was some brain capacity. So answer to the fifth question is going to be capacity. So let's go further. A study with multiple sclerosis patients showed that some who exercised more had less something of brain. So multiple sclerosis patients And about exercise more had less something of the brain, which exercise more. So we go further and we will try to find any information about that. So let's go further and try to find some information. And here we have some information about Showers patients. Exercise. We have some information about exercise. Let's read the sentence. In a study of multiple Showers patients, those who exercise regularly fared better than those who exercised less. So the exercise groups score better on tests of cognitive function as their brain scans showed less deterioration and more gray matter. So they were saying about less deterioration of the brain. So this is gonna be answer to our sixth question. So why I read the second sentence on the first sentence. So the main experiment which they've done for Showers patients, this information is only within these two sentences, as we can see, because we were scanning it. So since I couldn't find any information about the less duration of the brain, I just proceeded to read, because this is the completion of this paragraph, and there will be no information in the following paragraph. So logically I was able to read these two sentences, and it is okay. So let's go further. Seventh question. Usually small amounts of BDNF are found in the blood of people with depression. So less small amount BDNF found on blood of the with depression. So let's highlight this word depression. So let's turn it away. Let's try to find any information about depression. And here we have some information about depression, but there is nothing related to our BDNF. That's why we can't find answer. That's why we highlighted these two keywords, in order not to waste our time, because here in this first sentence of this paragraph there is no information about this BDNF smaller amounts. Here further we have some information about BDNF, and but there is no information about its concentration. But here in the following sentence we have lower concentration BDNF. Oh, this is going to be definitely answer to our question. Let's read this sentence. Human studies have shown that people who have received a diagnosis of major depression typically have lower concentration of BDNF in their blood. So they have lower concentration of BDNF because of this among the people who were diagnosed of major depression. So the answer to the seventh question is with diagnosis with depression. They really have small amount of BDNF as per this sentence. Let's read the eighth sentence, last one. Exercise may lessen the effect of stress because it can the effects of corticosteroids, which are produced by stress. So they were saying about stress itself and about corticosteroids, and we will try to find some information here in the text about it. So this is a dot, sentence is completed, and we scan further. So there is some information about corticosteroids. Let's highlight this, and some information about the stress. This sentence seems interesting. Let's read it. Animal studies indicate that corticosteroids, which the body produces in response to stress, decrease availability of B, D, and F in the hippocampus. So exercise can counteract this effect. Exercise also lessens depression by increasing blood flow to the brain. So what exactly exercise do here? So exercise, they can just counteract this effect. Exercise can counteract this effect, which means that exercise may lessen the effect of stress. Here they have they clearly, we have here, let's say, 2 sentences. They just combined in one and they provided all information about that in one sentence. So thank you for your time. Have a good day. Bye.